And y'all, I am so excited about my guest today. I mean, I'm always excited, but today I am so happy to have the CEO of Mom Dynasty, the CEO of Maternal World Health, wife, mama, the queen of pitching herself, Mrs. Brittany Samuels. Y'all,
Oh my God. They have to do that introduction.
I did though, because you've been out here like killing it, ma'am. You have been killing it. So in your words though, like tell us a little bit about yourself.
Wow. Well, you did a great job. I don't know. It's so hard speaking about myself, you guys, but Destiny did a great job. I'm working on that. She did a great job with the introduction. My name is Britt Samuels. I am the CEO and founder of the Mom Dynasty and Maternal World Health Organization. And I just really believe that my mission is to connect. I am a connector and I like to connect women to their purpose, to their passions. I like to connect women and mothers to resources, to just opportunities that will help them create a successful life for not only themselves, but for their children as well. So I'm in all avenues of connecting and creating pathways that will get you to where you need to be.
Yes, and you have been doing just that. Just that. But we're going to get into that in a little bit. I want to do an icebreaker first before we get into the serious stuff.
Okay.
So your icebreaker question is, what is one fun fact about you that might surprise our listeners?
One fun fact about me that might surprise everybody. Well, I am almost a legal midget. I guess that's a fun fact. Because when you see me on social media, when you see me, I have this big personality, but I'm very tiny in person. I'm only 4'11". I'm not even 5 feet. So maybe that's a fun fact. I'm really smaller than what I appear.
The way you said it.
It's hilarious. Legal midget. I wish I would have gotten that because then I could get me a little sticker and I can get good parking spots. But you have to be like 4'9" or 4'10", something around there to
Oh man,
for that. So I'm not legally a midget, but I'm almost there. That's a fun fact.
That's hilarious. I love it. Okay, so today's topic, we are going to talk about stepping into new seasons and getting out of your comfort zone, which I've only known you for a couple of months, like 6-8 months now? I don't even know. But I feel like I've already seen you step from one season to the next. So I figured you were the perfect person to have this conversation with. So the first question is, at what point in your life did you know that God was giving you a dream or a vision that you could no longer ignore?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I want to say the first. There's been different moments where I've actually experienced it, and there's been times where I did not listen, but it kept bugging me and it kept being there, and then it was just like, okay, let me just do it to see. So the first encounter was my podcast and starting the Mom Dynasty, which just started as just a podcast and just wanting to express myself and talk to other mothers and other women who were doing the things that we are told are impossible to do once we become moms. Like, it's impossible, especially being a single mom. Possible for you to find love, impossible for you to find somebody that's going to take you and your kids. It's impossible to get married, impossible to have the business, the family, all of that. So the first step was of me saying, okay, create that platform, Brittany, you do it. That was God telling me in those times, and I ignored it for a while until 2021, and my husband was just like, just do it and don't care about it being perfect. You'll perfect it along the way. Don't care about it being, and that's one thing that keeps us stuck, right? And honestly, perfection is just another form of fear because we think, oh, I'm gonna have it all together before I can even start something.
Yeah.
And that's really just fear and just hidden behind your idea of, I want it to look good. I want it to whatever, but people are going to go always for authenticity, not it being pretty and packaged, and all that is always comes. So that was my first initiation. And then, sir, I'm going to book it from these blinds. Hold on. You go.
This
Oh, okay.
is real life mom life, guys.
There's your pot. Get your pot. Come on. Okay, you want to come back? Want to come back and be in it? Okay. Come back and see. Come back and see. Look, you could see. Oh, the cute. Your joy and on the conversation. That's it. That's it. Okay. There we go. So that was okay. So to recap, so that was the first step, was me starting and creating the platform for moms. Then the second thing was the community baby shower. That was something that literally I was thinking about putting his clothes away from our baby shower. And I was pregnant still with him. Was I pregnant? Yeah, I was just about to deliver, or maybe I had just delivered, somewhere in between that time. And I was like, no, I was still pregnant. And I was putting away all of the baby stuff and all the diapers. And I was like, how many women get this? Some people don't get to have family or friends that support them enough to give them diapers, and how expensive stuff is now. Like, people are probably stressed out about diapers, stressed out about clothes, stressed out about a lot of things. And you're pregnant. Your baby feels all of that.
Yeah.
When I was pregnant with my oldest son, we were about to get evicted. I was living with my mom. I didn't have no job, no nothing. So it was like, I understand those stresses when you don't really have, when it's all on you. So I was sitting there, I was putting all this together, and it was like, why don't you do a community baby shower? And I've never done an event, Destiny, y'all. That was my first event. I would never
You gonna tell.
Never done an event. I don't know what the difference is from a sponsor, a partner. I didn't know any of that. And I never did I volunteer with nonprofits, but I've never done something that was considered a community event. But it was bugging me. It was on me. It was like, you just have to put it together. You just have to do this. And so I was like, I know when it's something in my spirit that I got to move. I feel it. And it just kept on and kept on. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to just see. Let me just research. Let me just Google. Google is my best friend. Google teach me to do it all. And ChatGPT, girl. ChatGPT and AI, it gave me the words that I needed to send out the pictures and the emails. So that was another thing where God placed it on my heart. And so many people got blessed. And from these experiences, I've learned that your obedience is not for you. It's for other people.
Come on.
Your obedience is not for you. It's for other people.
Yeah.
And how many people are not being blessed because you're sitting there sitting on something because, oh, I have to have this many followers. I got to have this connection. I got to have this be perfect. I got to have this amount of money. Especially when you enter the nonprofit sector, a lot of people won't even start a nonprofit because you feel, and I've felt like this before, I can't give back to my community until I'm like a millionaire or I'm like in status, and then it'll be my form of giving back. It'll be my form of doing this, and people would support it because I'm at this elite level, and now people are going to support that endeavor. No, I heard this one quote last night, and I got bad mom brain, but when things impact me and resonate with my spirit, it sticks in my brain. So this quote that I heard last night was, we aren't here to be blessed, but to be a blessing.
Why did I hear that in the sermon yesterday at church?
Oh,
that was exact.
And
it stuck to me too. I was like,
because we're always sitting here like, God, where's my blessing? Where's my blessing? Right? We're not here to be blessed. We're here to be a blessing and to bless others. And through that, you do get blessed. Through that, when your hands are open, you get to receive through all of that. And I am a testament to that, 100%. So those things that God's placed on your heart, those things that you just can't stop thinking about, you can't stop shaking, and the idea keeps coming back, and you keep seeing posts from other people that are doing it, and you're like, man, it's time to just do it. Because everybody has a podcast, but no one's going to be Destiny.
Right.
Nobody's going to package it and put it together like you are. Everybody can talk to different moms, but no one's going to say it the way you're saying it. Everybody has a business. They may sell lashes. They may do everything that you're wanting to do, but no one's going to do it how you do it. And this past weekend, I was at an event called Connector, and it's all about connecting to our source. When you're connected to God, that's your source. He's going to plug you in where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you need. So whoever is ignoring the call, you got to just answer. Just answer.
Just answer. And you wonder why I asked you that question. Come on now. I knew what I was doing.
Deep. Come on, girl.
But I love your answer. And it's 100% true. And I think especially as moms, we hold on to those ideas, even when they are just constantly banging on the door because we feel like we are not worthy or we don't have the time or we come up with all these excuses, to be honest. Like you said, there's somebody that is waiting for us to make the move. And even our friends and our fellow followers, like I've been watching you like, okay, we could do this. I'm learning. We're all learning from each other. And it takes for you to step out and step out on faith and be like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and make the first move. I don't know what I'm doing either.
Exactly. And the mantra is, I got it out of this book called Until Today by Ayanna Van Zandt. It is, I am faith-filled and fear-free. That's the mantra. And you're doing a great job because, for one, I'm going to give you your flowers. I always give moms flowers, no matter if you on the side of the host or the side of the guest. So I'm giving you your flowers because you said that you were going to do this. You said you were going to do those virtual makeup classes. You said that you were going to step into it, and you have been consistent and you have been doing it. So I'm very, very proud of you. Sincerely proud of you because you have not let up. You have not stopped. You showed up all of those days doing your lives and just the consistent reels and everything. You showed up. And that's the thing that can be very discouraging is when you show up and when you're first getting started, you're not going to have 1,000 people on the damn live.
Nope.
Or 500. You sometimes. You're going to have maybe just one. Yeah. And you have to continue to go and to continue to show up. And you did just that. So I'm like really proud of you. And that encourages me because sometimes that stops me from doing a lot of things. Like even when I get on live and I'm like, if I get 20 people, my heart starts racing because I wasn't like, I'm not prepared for y'all to come over here. And oh my mind, I lose track of what I'm about to say. I'm like, oh my God.
It's so funny you said that because we complain when there isn't anybody on or nobody is commenting. But I'm the exact same person where if everybody is on and everybody's commenting, I'll be like,
I was not. Because you know, it's going to be one person. And each time you're like, oh, ain't nobody going to come. Where everybody just want to come on in the room. And you're like, man, I wasn't prepared for y'all. All right. I have to just talk to myself.
And one day I have nothing to actually talk about. Now y'all want to show up. Now I don't know what to say.
Exactly. But no, you have really stayed consistent through that. And those are hard times. But what it does build is it builds the habit of consistency, which is something that it's hard to develop when you're an adult and you haven't been consistent your whole life. Like myself. It's hard to develop that. It's hard to develop that. So you're doing an amazing job. And this is awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I really do. I really do. That actually segues into the next question because, like I said, I've been watching you. I've watched you. So you didn't mention one major thing that you've done recently that I know had to be an inkling from God. You have been giving away free groceries. And I have been sitting over here cheesing my heart out. Like, I need the backstory on that. I need to know, what was that just another like community baby shower thing? Did it just pop in your head? Was it what happened? But I also want to know, like, how has that also impacted your business now, your personal life? Like, because I feel like we watched you step into another season.
Yeah, now that did just like go way farther than what I expected. And honestly, that was another community baby shower thing. So what happened was I have a partnership with the Fulton County WIC office. That's who helped us with our community baby shower. We get to use their spaces and things like that. So they sent me a text message that they're giving out free groceries. And so I was like, oh, I'm just going to share it. You know, maybe it'll be a few people that will need it. They were doing it for them. I was just sharing the information.
Yeah.
That post took off.
Mm.
And they literally closed their registration in 15 minutes.
Wow.
Because they didn't have anything. But what I saw was everybody commenting and saying, I need food. The amount of women and moms that said, I need food, I need food.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, dang, let me see if I could just. Now I told myself, I'm not going to do any more impromptu events. It's going to be planned. I'm going to focus on the baby shower, get that. Because I want that to be bigger this year. That's my focus. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing nothing else. And then it was like, look at all these people that need food.
Yeah.
You have to do something because they're looking at your page like registration is closed and it was just open. I'm just now seeing it. And I'm like, okay, well, what can I do? Mother's Day was right around the corner. So I was like, well, I guess I could do a Mother's Day like drive-through pantry. You know, you come and get, instead of you getting the typical stuff, like I want to give stuff people need.
Right.
Like, you know, flowers are nice. You know, a bottle of wine is cool, but you got to feed your kids.
Yeah.
I want to, let me help you do that. Let me figure out how I can do something that's going to benefit and really make a difference.
Yeah.
And also help. So I have reached out to different grocery stores. I'm like, who can I sponsor with? Who could I partner with? Publix said, okay, we'll, you know, give you, what do you need? And I'm like, oh, our baby shower. And at this time, you know, I only have like 2,000 followers. I'm like, 50 people gonna sign up. I only need, you know, 50. We expect 50 people. That's how much I had the baby shower. Hey, 50 people was better. Is 50 people getting help. That's it.
Yeah.
So they sent me $500 on a little Publix gift card. So I was like, all right, cool. I opened up the registration, and in 30 minutes, maybe an hour, I had 150 people register. And see, this is what happens, y'all, when y'all short-staffed and not prepared for what God is going to do. Sometimes we ask for stuff, but I truly did not expect that. I expected it to circulate. You know, okay, few people sign up, fine. But when that happened, I was like, all right, I have $500 is not enough. Yeah. And the gift card was for Publix. Publix is not cheap. Yeah. So it's not like I had $500 and I could go to Walmart or go to Costco or something. No, I had $500 for specifically Publix. So I'm like, that's not going to feed 150 people. I'm not about to give somebody just one pack of chicken and a loaf of bread. That's not going to do it. So I started utilizing resources, people that I knew. I called different food pantries. There's a lot of places that give food to nonprofit organizations, but they require you to be an actual pantry, to have a refrigerator, or have all this, and I don't have that. So I was like, okay, let me try, you know, churches. I reached out to people that I knew were in their church, and I was like, hey, do you guys have a pantry? One lady I spoke with, she gave me all the, and this is another thing, y'all. When y'all are out here trying to get, you know, partners, and people will discourage you from doing it. And people are going to tell in a roundabout way, say no, but try not to say no. Yeah. And I'm like, ma'am, just tell me yes or no. Yeah. And she was like, well, we only do it on certain days. I'm like, okay, well, that's not the day I'm doing this. So that's not, all right, on to the next. Yeah. So I went through my Rolodex, and one of my old last clients, I knew her church always is doing things. So I'm like, hey, does your church have a pantry? I got almost 200 people that I need to feed. Will they partner with me to help me? And I'm like, I got $500 to put towards them. I can put $500 to get the food, and I just need help with the rest. So she connected me with the coordinator there, and we were able to feed 600 people. And they were like, girl, keep that little gift card, give it away to somebody or whatever. We'll just supply everything. Wow. And it was so many people that showed up, and it was mutually beneficial on both ends. They wanted to do it every weekend. So that's just been something we've been doing every Sunday. And I'm just now, and as you grow and as you learn different things, you want to be taken seriously in business. Yeah. And sometimes when you're new, and when you're doing things out of passion and out of the, you know, you're genuine to really help, people don't really take you as serious. So now I'm in the season of restructuring our partnership because you're going to take me serious. I'm benefiting. Most of the benefit has really went to them. Yeah. And it's been a great partnership. However, I've gotten the followers or whatever from that, but in order for my organization to grow, the main thing that I need is funding.
Yeah.
Like, I can't give back without money to give or money to utilize.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for me to get funding in nonprofit, you got to show data. You got to show, okay, how many people are you helping? What's the demographics of those people? So in my season now is me learning, okay, when I'm doing these partnerships now, I got to have a partnership agreement that says, if I'm bringing people to you, I need access to that data because that's what I need. I don't need nothing else. I just need the data. And that's where we're at with it. And I'm growing because I also want to be able to, and this is just a tidbit into when you're partnering with different organizations to really, because I didn't expect it to go past Mother's Day. So y'all have to remember that in my mind, I'm just getting for this day. I didn't expect it to go every single Sunday. So a lot of people that have, found my page and things of that, they've kind of associated me with that church as like a member or as, a part of it. And one of the requirements is that in order to get the free groceries, it's to the end of their service. So you have to sit through the service in order to get it. That doesn't sit well with everybody. And I personally, I get that. I understand that. Even though I'm a faith-filled person, my organization isn't faith-based because I want to help everybody. That's God's love. God's love don't say, if you an atheist or you a Buddhist or a Christian, I can't help you in that unless you're in my faith. No, that's not it. And I'm not I'm going to show you God by helping you, no matter what you believe, where you come from. That's just where I want, because I feel like we turn away people because they automatically attach religion and Christians to, I got to beat you down with the Bible in order for you to get help. And that's not the case. So we're in the process of restructuring the partnership and that. And I'm just praying that God opens another door so I can really help the people that may have missed out on, they may have needed food, but because they don't feel comfortable going to church, they have church trauma, they have things, they went hungry. And yes, it's like, you could pick your poison, what you want to do, but the service and the need is to make sure that you and your kids have food. And I don't want, and yes, you should be like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to feed my kids. But some people don't have that mindset. Some people have really been traumatized by church, and it really has affected them. So that's just a little insight into that. But the season that I'm in now is business and taking it serious and having people take me serious when I walk into the room or walk into an agreement, and making sure I put what I need out front. Like, this is what I need. So I can get some type of benefit, and it's just not me giving to everybody else.
That's so good, though. You said a lot that I've been trying to remember.
I don't talk too much. I'm sorry.
No, everything you said was amazing. I wanted to address a couple of things that you said, which is why I was trying to remember specific things. But it was one thing that you did say that stood out to me specifically. And what a lot of people don't realize is these podcast episodes are a blessing to us too. Like, just because I'm sitting on this side of the mic does not mean that whatever you're saying is not talking to me first. So when you said that you didn't expect it to go beyond Mother's Day, you weren't prepared for what God was about to do. So that stood out to me because I am also stepping into a new season of things. And I see that there are some things that probably should have been in place or could be put in place. And now it's just like a scrambling type of thing, that I don't necessarily like doing. But it just goes to show us that when God tells you something, and when he says that he's going to do something through you or for you or whatever, we have to always be ready. And that's part of what takes so long sometimes is he knows that we're not ready. So when we get close enough to being ready, or when we start seeing the fruit of what he's already promised us, to me, that means hurry up. And get your ducks in a row.
Let's we gotta get this going. And it is just my legs are starting to hurt, girl. It's starting to hurt. Oh my gosh. But it is. Oh no. Oops, sorry. Oh no, I didn't have my stuff all together. But it is getting ready, and I just love that even though I wasn't prepared to go past Mother's Day, I had it's a great learning experience because now you know, okay, as I'm going on to bigger things and bigger partnerships, I know what to expect. I know how to form things. I know what people are asking for. I know the lingo, and you also have to always be willing to learn because entrepreneurship is a constant learning experience. You're not going to ever know everything. It's going to be somebody that's going to know more. Stuff is always changing, different trends and things like that. But you just have to always be in the season of learning and growing because it's constantly evolving. And when you want to transform lives, I watched this speech with Lisa Nichols because this past weekend was my first speaking engagement. And she's like, there's different types of speakers. And do you want to be the ultimate speaker, like a transformative speaker that transforms lives? And that's ultimately what I want to be. And when you're in that space of you want to transform other people's lives, you're constantly transforming. You're constantly having to have hard conversations with yourself. You have to hold yourself accountable on a lot of things. You are constantly evolving because that's the only way that you're going to be able to get down with other people to say, I've been there where you are. I'm going to pull you up here with me because we are transforming together. I'm never fully evolved until I'm dead. I'm constantly evolving and growing into the woman that I'm supposed to be.
Yes, you are just giving me confirmation after confirmation. I just want you to know that, like, this conversation has been amazing. How are you juggling this new season, your husband, the kids, social media? Like, being an entrepreneur in itself is exhausting. Trying to create content is exhausting. And I think I actually saw you post one day, like, can y'all just come get these groceries because I'm tired?
I'm hopping on that because seriously, I'm done. I'm done trying to be creative. I don't see how people just have their phone up constantly recording and getting their whole day in life. I am not the millennial in me wants to do it so bad, but I'm like, come on, it's a lot. It's really like last night I wanted to film me cooking in my lasagna in my new bed. I gotta set up the camera. I gotta look presentable because my husband told me I cannot continuing to come on and looking homeless. I'm like, okay. So with that in mind, I'm like, I feel like doing that. I feel like doing all of that. I am not Nara Smith. I'm so sorry. It's not me. I cannot be in this full. I can't. No, that's just not my reality. And what I'm learning though is like a lot of the later millennials going to the Gen Z, all of them that's in the social media, they make it seem like that's the only way to be successful or for your business to be successful off of social media and followers and likes and all that. Yeah. Great. It's fine. It's good for engagement. It's good to, to connect or whatever. Yeah. But that's not where business is really made. But you got to know how to really send out those emails, really pitch yourself to people, really just go out there and network and build relationships. And for me, honestly, my family's going to always come first before any of this. My husband comes first and being a mom comes first. Yeah. As long as they are okay, then everything else, I'll figure out where it fits in and how I'm going to do it and all that. But they ultimately come first because one thing I'm not going to do is lose my husband and I'm just going to say lose my husband over social media and content because it's expensive to be single. And I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, no. I see a lot of people say, oh, I need a man. And I can't. Great. I'm with you, girl. You better be strong and independent. But me, oh, man, I have entered into this life where, and I can't afford to be single. It is too expensive. So he is going to come first. Amen. I'm going to make sure that he's happy and then everything else will come into play and come afterwards. So I stopped trying to juggle once I realized then we've had that conversation too where your ministry just starts at home. Like it does. Home has to be taken care of first. Is what I noticed is when I did get in those spaces where I'm just sending emails or I'm trying to make social media stuff, My son wasn't doing good in school. His little grades started slipping. He started to see that I wasn't on top of him like I normally am. I'm distracted. So he's like, oh, I'm going to just do this or whatever. And no, she's not going to notice. So I'm like, okay, have to check that. All that comes first. And I always have confidence is what's for me is for me. And God got that door open.
Right.
The door going to open.
Yes.
You're going to walk through it no matter what. But I did make a promise to God first. It is God and my husband and my family. That's my first promise. And then everything else, he knows what I'm doing. So I'm like, I ain't worried about it. It's going to happen how it's going to happen.
Exactly. Hold on. I think we broke up for a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, God honors that when we put those responsibilities first. So I feel like we're never going to miss an opportunity that was meant for us at that moment if we're putting our family first.
Exactly.
So we just got to figure it out around. And that's something that I'm learning how to do too, especially with things like switching and now homeschooling the kids. It's like, oh, hey,
girl, yes.
It ain't enough time in the day.
And then you have to get your rest because I try to stay up late and then I'm tired with the baby because he sleeps by like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but he's up at like 6:37. So if I'm trying to stay up late, trying to do stuff, I'm going to be tired and I can't. So like you said, it's just God honors it. And what it is for us, it is for us. You just got to walk in that confidence that I don't miss no opportunities that's not for me. Every opportunity that is for me, I'm going to get it no matter what I'm doing.
Exactly. Those moments where you get these ideas or these opportunities and you're second guessing yourself, what do you say or do to kind of push yourself forward and still get it done?
I just send the email.
Yeah. I just do it.
I just press send. And that's all that I'm going to do. I'm just going to press send and I'm going to be like, they either going to respond or they going to get another response from me until they say no. And thank you for saying that because I got some more emails that have not responded to me. And the thing is, you can at least tell me no because just say no or we're not interested so I can stop bothering you.
Yeah.
But until then, I'm going to restructure what I'm saying. I'm going to add, that's another thing about me needing data. Like I'm going to put it in, like, here's what we're doing. This is what we're entering the season of giving back. Come on and give back to these people. Come give back. That's what you're supposed to be doing anyway. And I'm going to keep doing so. And if I have a moment that I'm second guessing and I'm like, oh, and then there's a lot of moments. I'm answering the email that day. I may sit on that second guess and just like, whatever. But I'm going to eventually send it and it's going to get sent. And I'm going to let the chips fall where they may, because again, whoever I'm supposed to partner with, it's going to happen. And they're going to say yes and they're going to give me what I need. And
that's that. It's working though. We're seeing that it's working. So just keep on sending them emails.
Somebody do send emails, y'all, all day. My husband asks, what you got planned? I got emails. I will find your email. I will find it. And you will get it from me.
That is so funny. Keep on sending those emails. This is the last question. What advice would you give to other mompreneurs who know that God is calling them to do something, but their uncertainty or their fear or their time, whatever, is holding them back?
Well, you're just going to keep prolonging your blessings.
Oh.
That's all you're going to keep doing. You're going to keep prolonging where you're supposed to be. You're going to keep prolonging the opportunities that are coming. You're going to keep prolonging the blessings that other people need. Like, it's a trickle effect. You sitting on it, somebody else is going through something and they need your service. They need your whatever it is that you're offering. They need it. And until you step into it, they're going to continue to get delayed in what they need to do. Your children are going to miss out on blessings because there's so many things that when you take that first step into saying, okay, God, I'm walking with you on this and I'm going to follow, the opportunities on the other side, your family's going to miss out on everything. Like, for example, with the food pantry, we were trying to move and everything in that midst of it. And the connection for us to find our new home was in that food pantry. Ooh. I was able to meet the person that was going to helped us be able to move. Just think if I would not have done it, if I would have said, it's too many people, Publix didn't give me enough money, it is what it is. I can't do it. Where we would have been trying to figure out how we're going to move, where we're going to move to, how we're going to get there. So all of that happened, and I didn't even know that was going to come from it. I didn't even know that was sitting there waiting for me on the other side. And we were at the food pantry and we was putting the groceries together. My whole tire went flat sitting there. You know how embarrassing that was, y'all? My husband was out of town. I'm sitting there with the mobile damn tire inflator, whatever, trying to pump the tire. And I'm sitting there like, God, why would you do this to me right now? I'm here trying to help people. Same thing with the community baby shower. The month before the baby shower, I got laid off my job. And the immediate thing was to be, I'm about to cancel all this because I know, how can I help people? I need help. Yeah, I'm out here trying to help people. And that's the mindset a lot of people don't have. When you're in the need of help, you're not thinking about helping other people. But that's the time you need to. You need to always be in the aspect of service and say, God, because I know you're going to bless me. That's the confidence you got to have in God. I know you're going to bless me. So I'm just going to start blessing others. I'm just going to start figuring out how I can be a blessing. Because like we said before, we're not here to be blessed. We're here to be a blessing. But the secret too is you're going to get blessed. Like that's going to happen. You're going to receive because you're giving. You're in the spirit of giving at all times. So I constantly those things remind me that God is always going to make it work for me. I don't got to question him, but I know there are people that are questioning him, and I'm supposed to be that vessel to let them know that he hasn't forgot about them.
I needed this. I don't know about nobody else.
I always say that too. Look, conversations are for the podcast, be for me. Then y'all just listen in on it.
And this episode for sure was what I needed to hear. So I appreciate your vulnerability and your honesty and your time, because I know you are busy. Speaking of sending stuff, I was like, she is mad busy, but I'm gonna ask her anyway.
Girl, I always am going to do my best to make time. I may take a minute to respond, but I always try to stay committed and stay, especially to people like yourself that has really like truly been genuine in supporting and like being a part of our little mom power little group. Like those things, like I will do my best, honestly, to always stay committed to that because y'all rock with me, I'm rock with y'all. That's just my thing. Yeah. I appreciate you for having me on. Every time. You.
Oh, thank you. I'm proud of you too. Like super, super proud of you. Where can everybody find you in these social media streets?
Well, you can find me on Instagram. But I try to be on other places, but Instagram is going to be the main one I'm rocking with for right now. I can't do it. But Instagram is at the Mom Dynasty, and then our nonprofit Instagram is at Maternal World Health. And if you want to follow the personal page, is at the Britt Samuels. But the Mom Dynasty and Maternal World Health are the two main ones.
Yes, I will definitely put those in the show notes so that y'all can go and follow her, which I want you to do. Don't act like you don't see it. Follow her on all the places. And while you're at it, make sure you are liking and subscribing, reviewing all the things for this podcast as well. If you heard anything at all that you related to, that blessed you, we want to know about it. I know there was something because I got so many gems from this episode myself. So I know that you were able to get something from it. Make sure you share it with a friend. The purpose of this podcast is to share stories that we can all relate to in one way or the other. So send that to a homegirl too, because I know that there's somebody that came to mind that you'd be like, yeah, she needs to hear that. So go ahead and share the wealth. Thank you all for tuning in to season 2 of Motherhood Makeup and Mindset. We are releasing a new episode every Wednesday for your midweek pick-me-up. I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Motherhood Makeup and Mindset podcast. Remember to keep chasing your dreams and become the woman God created you to be. See you later. Thank you for listening to the Motherhood Makeup and Mindset podcast. Remember to keep chasing your dreams and become the woman God created you to be. you ready to